If there is a hammering in the background, that's because somebody is using a hammer, I think. So sorry about that. Of course, he just had to start right when I turn on the camera. Hopefully, we won't have to hear him too badly. If I sound tired, it's because I haven't slept in many hours. Well, it's been a little while. So anyway, I'll do my best here. Once again, I've gone crazy with movies, which should be no surprise by now. And I'm gonna show the stuff that I bought. Especially, this is kind of like two hauls. This is stuff that I picked up today. Well, actually, I'm gonna get to that soon. You might be able to see which some of these titles are too as I pick them from the piles here. But I'm gonna start with two other titles first that I got elsewhere. This one I pre-ordered a while ago. Solsidan Season 5 of a Swedish great comedy show, which apparently got voted, it did, because I watched the program. It got voted the best Swedish program of all time, at least among these TV4 broadcasting shows, anyway, which is a channel that has been around for about 25 years. And I think this one got the top spot just because it's a current show and people have it fresh in their minds. And this season just ended. But still, it's a great show, and I've enjoyed watching the fifth and last season, or so I thought. I was convinced that this season was going to be the last one because a while back they announced that they were going to release 3 more seasons, and that was after season 2. And after that, apparently, it was going to be over. And I thought that was pretty much decided, that after season 5 it's over, period. But then I see a Facebook update from the official website here, saying like, do you want another season? Thumbs up if you do. And I'm like, what? I thought that it was generally known that there was not going to be anything more. And nobody really reacted in the comments either. People were like, just, oh yeah, bring it on. Oh yeah, another season, cool. Stuff like that. Nobody was like, what? I thought you were done with the show. So I don't know. It's just, I just thought they were done. I mean, I don't know. I heard that a while back, but maybe they're not. Maybe there's gonna be a season 6. I hope so. Anyway, so that's that. Good show. Then we have The Hobbit Extended Edition Battle of the Five Armies. I pre-ordered this a while back, and it just took me a while to get it. There was some trouble. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna bore you with that. Just look at this. Over 11 hours of special features. I've watched all of those, and it's great. It's just really enjoyable as always. I actually haven't seen the extended cut of the actual movie yet, which I will do eventually. I was gonna do that first, actually, before I watched the special features, but I received it. It was fairly late. I didn't really feel like watching a 3-hour movie. I just felt like watching some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, and so I just ended up watching all of that. And now it's over, which is kind of sad. But I at least have the movie the extended cut of the movie to watch as well. Okay, we're gonna have to be pretty quick here. I have a lot of stuff. So this pile here is from one secondhand store. I frequent some of these secondhand stores, and I found some stuff a couple weeks ago, and I am about to show them to you. The first one, I don't really know what it's called in English. It's a film by Kim Ki-duk, and this was not 120. This was 20. I think the English title is something like Spring, Summer, Autumn, Winter, and Spring, or something like that. It's like the Circle of Life. I hate this cover. It looks like a bootleg, but it's not. But there is a much nicer cover of this movie, but it doesn't matter too much. I just was happy to find this. I've heard really good things about this one. I won't say too much about this. I just picked up a stand-up show / live show of some sort with this guy, Jonas Gardell. He's a comedian, but he's other stuff too. He's a writer, and I don't know. So this is one of his shows. Very prolific Swedish gay man who has, he has a lot of love from the Swedish people generally, and I like him, but I've never been a huge fan. But I will watch that one eventually. This is the only one that I've actually seen out of these that I bought. Simple Plan. This was great. I'm going to talk more about this one in an upcoming video, so I'll just put it over here in that pile. Before Sunrise, I don't know why I picked this up, because I have it. I just kind of thought that I could sell it, because I've been thinking about selling some stuff, and I found this, and I was like, hey, maybe someone wants to buy that for more than I paid for it. I'm not gonna keep doing that. I don't really know why I bought this, because I do have it. It's a little bit the same with this one too, which I do not have, but the Blu-rays are pretty cheap here in Sweden. Tremors. This is the DVD. I figured I could sell it. I don't know what I was thinking, really. I'm not gonna keep buying stuff to sell. I just felt like picking up some movies because I thought that I could get some more money for them later on. I don't know. Never mind. I haven't seen the movie, so I might just watch the DVD here myself. We got a movie called The Crossing Guard, directed by Sean Penn, starring Jack Nicholson and Angelica Houston as well. I'm trying to get the glare off the DVD here, but it's hard when I look off outside of the camera. Anyway, yeah, this looks pretty cool. And this one I actually watched with my class way back in the movie theater. So whatever. This is sealed, and when is this from? 2005 apparently, so I guess that's when I watched it. Feels like it was a little bit longer ago than that. Well, it's a decade ago after all. But yeah, it's about a boy who flees from his home country where there's a war going on, and he escapes to Sweden, I guess. His family dies. I remember that being a pretty brutal scene, very quick scene, just the aftermath, but I remember that being fairly shocking, but I haven't seen it since, I don't think. But I don't remember the story precisely, but that's pretty much it, I think. I'm gonna have to be quicker here. The Dead Zone, Stephen King's The Dead Zone. Don't know too much about it. I know that there's probably a show based on this, but there's some good actors. Okay, so that was the first haul, and then today I picked up all of this stuff today. I went grocery shopping, went into the same store as I got those, picked up 3 more. First one, Alla älskar Alice, which means everybody loves Alice. I wonder what it is with Alice that makes everybody love her. Well, I'll find out. This is with Mikael Persbrandt and some other good actors. I don't believe I've seen this. I might have. Me and my mom used to watch tons of Swedish movies back in the day, it feels like, so maybe I watched this with her in 2002. I don't know. But, yeah. And then, what is this one called? Nick of Time. With Johnny Depp and Christopher Walken. Say no more. And this was kind of cool. I had never heard of this before. The Streets of San Francisco. You might know that I'm a fan of Michael Douglas. I've, picked up quite a few stuff with him. And this is season 1, volume 1 of this show here, which I had never heard of before. And it's from 1972 apparently, so it's an old show. So he's really young. And I don't think I've seen anything with Michael Douglas from that early before. And I figured that this was definitely out of print, but apparently CD-ON does have both volumes from season 1 and 2, so there are 3 more box sets that I could get if I like it, although I will say that I probably will not end up watching this anytime soon, but eventually I'll check it out. I think there are 5 seasons. I checked IMDb before, and I think there were 5. And then after that, I did some other stuff, and then I went to another store, and I did not expect to pick up 8 movies. This is so weird. I look inside of the camera, and I'm pointing here at the DVDs, of the spines of the DVDs. But when I look outside of the camera, my finger is like here. That's freaky. Okay. Yes, I'm tired. I told you before. Okay. First up, Waltz with Bashir. Yeah, this one, I'm not gonna say too much about it. It's an animated movie, and I've heard I just don't know what to expect. It says here you've never seen anything like it, and I believe that. This is apparently some sort of biographical war documentary, maybe animated, which I don't know exactly how that works. I just don't know what to expect. This is obviously very well, I reckon the political and historical situation of whatever this depicts is very important to the whole thing, but it's mainly stylistically that I picked this up, because it just seems so unbelievably creative and innovative and just like nothing I've seen before. I don't know what to expect, but I've kept hearing things about that one for a while, and I'm very happy that I found that. I'm really happy. I found some really good stuff, mainly titles that I've really been looking for, and I was just so happy to find all of these. Whenever I'll find time to watch them, we'll see. Fantastic Fear of Everything with Simon Pegg, which is basically what it sounds like. He's scared. I don't know. He writes a crime novel and he gets paranoid, I think. And I think I heard first that this was. I heard about it and I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. And then I got the impression that it was a pretty shitty movie, and so I was like, maybe not. And then I got the impression that it was good. So I'm happy to have it. So I'll check it out pretty soon. Well, maybe not, but eventually. Anyway, The Squid and the Whale. There's another cover here of this movie, which I think they had, but it was a rental, and I prefer getting a non-rental with a much uglier cover. But there's another cover with it's more artistic. It's like a white background, and they're sitting in a couple of couches in a circle or a semicircle or something like that. I'm not sure, but that cover is obviously much nicer. But this is a movie that I've been wanting to see for a long time, by Noah Baumbach. Great cast: Laura Linney, Jeff Daniels, Jesse Eisenberg, Owen Klein, Anna Paquin. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this one. And this one, I don't know where I heard about this one, but but it's a movie with Robert De Niro and Meryl Streep, kind of romantic movie, I guess, that I've definitely been interested in seeing, and I think it's probably on my Amazon wish list, as are many of these 8 titles that I picked up today at the second-hand store. The second-hand store. Yeah, so I was happy to find this one too. And I was very happy to find this one as well. Tristram... What is it called? Tristram Shandy. Not really sure. It's yeah, based on the back here, the text on the back. It's some sort of parody on British costume dramas with Steve Coogan and Robert Brydon. They've collaborated a few times, and it's directed by Michael Winterbottom. I think he's directed something with Steve Coogan before or after, I'm not sure what, but I think this is going to be a pretty funny one. So I'm not really sure what to expect from this one actually, but I know I'm going to like it. I'm pretty sure anyway. Yeah, this is one of the ones that I'm not really too eager to watch this actually, but it's called Jack. It's a pretty famous novel by this guy Ulf Lundell. I don't know if you could call him notorious, but he's at least a very famous and prolific writer in Sweden. And this is a movie based on his book from 1976. I don't really have much of an interest to see this. I've known about this movie and the book for a very long time, but I've never really felt the urge to see it. But I found it, and I thought that it was probably not that easy to find, and I do like collecting Swedish movies and shows and stuff, so I just thought I would pick it up for like $3 or something. It's a pretty good deal, so I was happy to find this. Yeah, I guess I was, even though it's gonna take me a while to watch it. It is Kjell Bergqvist, however, which is nice. From 40 years ago to 1976. Never seen a movie that early with him, so he would have been like 20 years old then. He looks way older. He looks like a hobo. It's the guy in the middle. Anyway, this one I was also happy to find. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Well, it's a documentary. It says here it's a mix between Fahrenheit 9/11 and Borat, which sounds pretty interesting. It's Bill Mayer, and it's directed by Larry Charles, who had directed Borat apparently, and he's directed some Seinfeld episodes and I think some Curb Your Enthusiasm episodes, I think. And it's religious. It's about religion and the fact that it's ridiculous. Maybe seems like that would make sense based on the title. I don't know, but it's a movie that I've been kind of interested in for a while. I think it's on my Amazon wish list, as are many of these, like I said before. So yeah, this is probably gonna be pretty entertaining. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a great documentary. I don't know. We'll see. And then this one, this is called, let's see, I looked it up on IMDb before the winter frost, no, the winter something, well, you can look it up. It's by the director who made, I don't even know what his name is, but, time is running out, god damn it. But I love, this is with Kirsten Scott Thomas, who was in another movie that this director made, and I love that movie. So I think this will be pretty good. Well, how about that? 10 seconds to spare. So I'll just sit here in silence until the camera cuts me off.